And then he took me in. He put me into nursing school. He got my hair, nails, everything done.
You sent
so
me
he
this.
up here on this level. I'm down here on this level. You get where I'm going? He got me up here with him because he was making good money. But then he ended up losing his job 2 years ago. Lost his job, and now he broke. What did I do? Broke up with him and got on because I'm not finna take it.
This is what you came for. You clicked on the main show. You keep coming back, well I'm showing you that this is what I'm made for. Nothing ain't the same, no. This is what you came for. You keep coming back, well I tell you this is my turn. Welcome to the tavern.
If you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. We're ready to go. Well, hi guys. It's been a minute, man.
It's like a little nice 2-month hiatus.
Nah, it's been a long minute. And yeah, we're back. So hi.
What up?
How are you guys? Comment below and let us know how you guys are doing. Red, how are you? Because I really haven't seen you. When I say it's been a 2-month hiatus, I haven't seen this man in person. Like we haven't really got to talk or nothing. We really haven't been in each other's proximities or nothing. So
it's like we did a season and just took off.
Yeah. Like the season came to an end.
I'm gonna blame him, but you know,
a lot of it was my fault, but a lot of it I was going through some stuff too. Because the last episode that we recorded was right after my grandmom's passed, and then
that was back in.
That was so the funeral was in. That happened in June. I went up there in July.
Yeah, we haven't recorded since like motherfucking August.
It's been about 2 months.
It's like when a TV show go off, you gotta wait 6 months. Y'all have to remember, we ain't getting paid for this. This is really some on our own.
Yeah.
Tired shit, but we gonna
do better for sure.
We gonna get it together.
Yeah, we gonna do better for sure. From this point forward, we gonna do better. I promise. Yeah, you good, Brody?
Yeah.
You all right? Everything in life is good. Kids good.
Oh yeah.
Anything new with the family or anything? No. Everybody alive and well. That's all that matters. The same thing with my family. Everybody is alive and well, and they say hi to you guys as well. But yeah, welcome back to another episode. I'm not really sure which episode this is because
we lost 9 subscribers.
Yeah,
we was at 545. We are down to 536.
That's cool. We'll get them back.
Damn!
It's all good. But when you're not posting, what you expect? You know what I mean? People might be like,
it's free to subscribe to the channel, though.
It is. But maybe they just like, why have this spam on here? You know what I mean? Maybe they just throw you spamming.
I guess.
Anyways, thank you for everybody that is still here. You know what I mean? All of that 535 or 36. Thank you guys for coming back to watch it with us and just being patient with us as we get this thing back to where it's supposed to be. I promise y'all I will get back to where it's supposed to be. There will be something coming out every week. I don't care if it's a solo video for 5 minutes or something. Something will be out. You know what I mean? Even if I gotta break episodes up into like 4 parts, something will be out every week. I promise y'all. From once this episode gets uploaded, there will be something out every week. You know what I mean? Unless we on vacation or something, we'll let y'all know about that. But there will be no more 2-month hiatus. I promise. There will not be. So with that being said, let's just get it popping. You know what I mean? Because we probably gonna be here for a little while. It's been a minute. You know what I mean?
Broke up with him. Y'all are not gonna get that joke. Sorry. There was some hilarious shit going on. So in case y'all don't know, like we'll sit here, like we get the playlist together, and sort of like a warm up. We'll talk about some random shit for 20 or 30 minutes to get ourselves ready, and we was on something, and I don't think neither one of us expected it to be as funny as it was, but that was a good one.
Guess what I did? I broke up with
him. He was way up here, and I was down here. But he brought me to here.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Yep, let's roll. Let's
All right, bet. So this is gonna be topic of the day. Welcome back, y'all. We about to get it popping. For anybody that's new or forgot who he was, I go by the name of Mr. Parks. This is my guy Red, and us as a couple. Pause. We are Tritton's Tavern. So welcome to the show, family. Topic of the day. Let's get it popping. The first thing we're gonna get talking about is there's a guy that just wakes up and chooses violence every day. And obviously this dude likes to choose violence because he has 30 kids with 11 different women, right? And I believe in that interview that the dude, when they was asking him about it, now he had all of his baby moms and everything in the same room, you know what I mean? Like, and all of these chicks just seem to be getting along or okay with it, you know what I mean? But I think they asked, was he done? And he said he wasn't done yet, right? He said something about he wanted to add more or something.
I had to quit watching because at a certain point. So what brought this up is that, 50% of his income goes to the kids. He got 30 kids. So when you break that down, it doesn't help that this man, and I don't know exactly what he does for a living, but he literally
some type of bread.
Well, no, because according to the article, he literally only makes $8 an hour. I'm just telling you what the article says.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's what is minimum wage? $7.25, something like. So whatever he does for a living, that's what he does. And some of those mothers of those kids, and I do not have the ages of the children. Some of those mothers literally. I'm trying not to laugh because this is a serious thing. They're literally only getting $1.49 a month because 50% of that $8, you have to divide that with these 30 kids. I'm trying like hell to keep a straight face right now because this is not funny. But before I let him go, first of all, let me just say this. This particular man, I'm just going to come out and say, you are a dumbass because you are pleading to child support to help you make these payments when child support didn't help you raw dog these 30 women or these 11 chicks. It's 11 and 30, so everybody got like 2 apiece or something like that. I personally, I do not feel sorry for this man in no way, shape, or form because you did what you did. You came in all these bitches. I'm just gonna put it out there. Also, that being said,
do we know if this is a planned thing?
No, because this is not the first time this story has circulated. I actually saw it. I don't know if it was 2020. This is a real thing. The story's only repopulating now because he's making it an issue by going to child support to try to have something happen with these payments. Like, I'm not on his side at all. But, and I know some of our viewers, y'all like to call us the Bash Brothers. I'm about to do some bashing. 'Cause I don't feel sorry for the chicks either. Because what I'm trying to figure out is, and this is going to sound like this is going to sound terrible, but when you meet a motherfucker who got a starting lineup, somewhere in the back of your mind, you have to know that from a financial standpoint, he's probably not going to be able to do what you want him or need him to do.
Okay.
But just let me finish. But you choose. So let's do the math. 30, 11. That means these 11 women might be some with 3, but all of y'all got at least 2 kids apiece.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, you know what this motherfucker does for a living. There's no money. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, and having been in the child support system, the money gets divided, and the way it works is, like here in the state of Ohio, the oldest kid gets the most. Second, third, whatever percentage is broken down. After he was already at about 20, wasn't gonna be that much more. I mean, I'm trying to figure out as far as the mom, when you went down to the, they tell you what it's going, you know what you're gonna get. So as the mom, when you went down to the office and they looked at you and said, "Hey, you gonna get $1.50," what the fuck was even the point? Like, honestly. I don't understand why when some of you women lay down with these ain't shit niggas, you mad when you get an ain't shit, when you get an ain't shit nigga response or conclusion. Like, what did you expect him to do with 30? Why this motherfucker doesn't wear? Now, I'm not saying you can't get nothing, but hey, nigga might be laying serious wood. I don't know. But why you ain't making this nigga wear a condom or pull out, or why you ain't on something? I'm a little confused. I don't get it. I don't understand. And I have met women in my life who have kids, and they'll say, "Yeah, my son probably got 10 or 11 brothers and sisters because that's how their dad is." Did he have those 10 or 11 when you started fucking him? Yeah. You thought he was gonna be like, if this is how he acts with those other 10 or 11, you thought you was gonna be the magic one to be different? And I'm not saying it's okay to think maybe a motherfucker can change and do this, that, and the third, but you can't be mad if he does it because the red flags were there. You chose to ignore him or you chose to take a chance. Fine, that's your right. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you have a right to do what you want to do, but do you have a right to really be angry with this motherfucker or to be mad? Because the evidence was there. That being said, I'm not excusing what this man did. I have no sympathy for this man. None whatsoever. I learned my lesson after I got to 3. It was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's time to take care of that.
You got snip.
Yeah, I'm good. Somebody get another one out of you. You can't get no more out of me. And if you do get one out of me, I need to sue a doctor.
It was
or
meant to happen.
Huh?
It was meant to happen.
Mm-hmm. And even if I wasn't snipped, why they have condoms?
Yeah, but
other stuff.
Them don't work all the time. But look, here's the thing.
They don't, but still, let's be honest. A motherfucker like that, you got that, man, nigga wasn't wearing no rubber.
Okay, so is this a person taking advantage of daddy issues? Because come on, dog, because
I'm not even trying to attack the women because the article ain't about the women. I'm trying to attack this lame ass motherfucker. How you gonna go cry in the court? Stop making babies. Stop making babies.
Yeah, well, the crying to the courts is what I don't understand. I don't know why he would do that, and
because I don't know what he expects child support. And this is most states. This is the law. They take a percentage.
Yeah, like
of what you make, and it goes to that kid.
And the thing is, like, this is probably not your first rodeo if you got 30 of these mofos. You know what I mean? Like, you know how this goes when it comes to that. So, what's really the gripe here? What are we really crying about? What are we really supposed to be?
Take your ass to school. I hate to say it. Maybe you need to start hustling. Do something.
Okay, so all of that, that part I do not understand, but. In retrospect, or on another aspect, do you think this is somebody taking advantage of daddy issues?
No.
So why do you think that women, and this is going somewhere. This is
all right. I know you already know it is
somewhere. So why do you think that these women from the first one, okay, maybe the second one, you know what I mean? Maybe the second one is like, okay, he got my baby moms. But after that, the third, the fourth, the fifth, sixth, like, why do you think they accept this dude?
I don't know.
I know.
and I can't answer that because I'm gonna tell you something. This is a true story. I back in my days when I used to bounce, there was this one girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but she used to come into the bar. She come up there a couple times a week when she got off work, grab a quick drink, before she went home, shit like that. I used to look at her and be like, damn, she bad as hell. Mm-hmm. And finally got the courage to say something to her one night. Spoke up a conversation, exchanged numbers, this, that, and the third. We've been talking on the phone, texting / maybe about a week. I saw her. Hadn't went out on a date yet, and we got to talking. And she got to talking about her kids. The first time it had ever came up, for whatever reason, in any of our conversations. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, how many kids do you have? She told me 11. I was like, oh. She had 11, I think, with 7 different dads. I was like, oh, okay. And I think their age ranges was like 16 to like 8 months. I was like, oh. Yeah, she left the bar that night. Yeah, that phone number got deleted. Like, I'm sorry. That's just, at that point, like, I know where my limits are. You have 11 kids. I'm good. I don't even want to fuck at this point. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying she was looking for anything. Like, she was actually a very nice person. But I just know me. Mm-mm. And I hate to admit it, I used to be that guy. Like, before I had kids, I wouldn't date a woman with kids. I didn't want to deal with that type of baggage, that type of extra support. Wasn't my thing. Mm-hmm. When my son was first born, I had 8 kids. So if I met a woman, if you had more than 1 kid, nah, I'm good. When I got to 2, you couldn't have no more than 2. Where I'm at in my life now, even though my kids are grown, but I've had 3. Like, that's kind of my cutoff. Just being honest. Might make me look like an asshole, cool. But nah, some shit you just don't want to deal with.
Okay, the reason I'm asking that question though is because I thought for a minute that, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, because okay, we got out of the way. I don't know why he's going to the court. Okay, so fuck.
Because if I was him, what's the point of going to work? Let's do some numbers, just real quick, just for the sake of this. No. $8 an hour. Mm-hmm.
Let's give him $8.50. Just
you know what?
Nice.
I'm gonna be nice.
Give him.
No. I'm gonna be nice and give him 10.
Okay, cool.
$10 an hour. Yeah. Just $10 an hour. Let's just say he gets no overtime. This is literally, it's obvious. That's $400.
Yeah.
All right. So out of $400, that's gonna put you in a very low tax bracket because you ain't making shit. Let's say he loses. Okay, let's 90 in just taxes. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming if you work in a minimum wage job like that, if you have benefits, they're horrible. Yeah. If you have any type of insurance, we're going to say that, let's say his insurance, and let's say he gets paid. So what we're going to do is we're going to say he's working a job where he gets paid every 2 weeks. Okay. So basically $1,600 a month. That's what we're working with. That's it. Now, so you figure after taxes, that low, that's probably his taxes. So now we're down to $1,200. That's taxes. Now, let's just say his insurance is probably, getting paid bi-weekly. So let's say his insurance is about bi-weekly. Let's say his insurance is about $50 is about $50 a month, boom. There. I seriously doubt with a minimum wage job like that, there's no 401k or pension or anything like that. So now we're down. This is it for the month. This is it. Now, I'm assuming this man, he probably ain't got no car. If he does have a car, I guarantee he ain't got no payments. So he's not paying car insurance and that. So we're working this 1150. I'm not even gonna try and guess what his rent is.
If he got rent.
So 50%, like 50% of that. So he's losing, that would be about, he's losing $725 to child support. Now, that'll leave him with that. That's about $425 he's left with. Now, for $400, this nigga gotta eat. Any personal items he had,
Cell phone.
you gotta get to work, back from work. He probably riding a bus.
Right.
If he's even paying rent, I'm assuming a nigga like this probably living with his mama or a relative. But let's say he is paying rent. Let's be nice and say he living with a relative. Let's say they only making you pay that because they know you got all these kids. This is what this nigga's left with. A month.
Yeah.
A month.
Yeah.
A month. And I guarantee some of my math is probably wrong because I might have did the taxes wrong. He probably ain't even getting that. And, well, then even if you figure a month, even if this nigga eating noodles every day,
Which he probably is.
groceries alone for a month would be at least, even if you eating noodles, boom. So now we down to $175. A bus pass back in the day, this was like 30 years ago, was $30 a month. I don't even know how much a bus pass would be now. But let's say it was still that same 30. Now you down to that.
Okay, look though. What's the difference between him and Nick Cannon? Because
Well,
Nick Cannon got it. He got the money.
I don't agree with what Nick is doing either.
And what?
And I think Nick is only getting away with what he's getting away with is because he has some money and is famous. Because if Nick was me or you, these bitches ain't just lining up to keep having kids with you.
Maybe though. Look at this dude.
And, but even if they are,
maybe they are.
Even if they are, even if they are,
Yeah.
as far as we know, Nick Cannon ain't in child support court. Because I guarantee you, if he was, this nigga wouldn't be popping them out like they hotcakes.
Nah, he not in child support court.
Now, I don't know what the financial arrangement is that he has.
Yeah, he don't have to be there. Like I said, okay, maybe this.
Because the court doesn't owe you anything. Because the way it works is this: whatever job, and like I said, I've been through it. They have, regardless of what you make, they have, at least in the state of Ohio, they have to leave you enough to live on.
Mm-hmm.
And that don't mean you got to live well
Mm-hmm.
or comfortably, but you have to be able to survive. But when you got that many, like at a certain point, nigga, this is your fault. You should have either married one of these bitches, put yourself in a poly situation, fucking something. Like, I have no sympathy for him. I'm sorry. And in spite of the shit I talk, people that really know, I'm a pretty sympathetic guy. This motherfucker here? No, bro. No, I can't. No, I can't.
I don't know, man.
If I was in a situation like that, like, nigga, I wouldn't even want to look at no pussy, like, for a grip. I don't need to touch nobody.
I just think so I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not blaming him for having kids with all of these women. I'm just not gonna blame him, because if that's the case, they're just as much as, again, after like the first and second one, it's like the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. Like, nah, y'all knew what was going on and y'all wanted to put yourself in these positions.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
But you're still responsible.
Yeah, he's responsible a little bit, but I'm not blaming him fully for it.
So let me ask you a question.
I'm not blaming him fully for that.
This is an interesting little segue, because it was a topic I was going to bring up, but I thought better of it. But since you said what you said, you opened the door.
Yeah.
Do you think a man should still be responsible if he gets a woman pregnant
Mm-hmm.
and he makes it clear to the woman, don't want you to have it, don't want nothing to do with it. If you do have it, I'm not fucking with you. Like, is that still her fault because she chose to have the kid? Is she choosing to be a single mother on purpose?
Is she's not choosing to be a single mother on purpose.
She kind of is.
Nah, well, how? Because he already let it know that he wasn't gonna be here.
He came and told you, I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing.
Okay, well,
Go have an abortion, give it up for a doctor, whatever. I'm not gonna do. If he said, I'm not gonna do a damn thing. If she chooses to have it anyway, that's what I'm saying. Is she agreeing to basically be a single mom?
yeah, she would be agreeing to that.
Okay. Now,
And
now, so are you saying because she chooses that, he is, that man is off the hook financially, period. He's off the hook because he came out and told you.
morally, yes, he's off the hook.
He's talking about morals.
Legally, he's not going to be off the hook.
And that is why I say.
He's not going to be able to do anything legally.
And that is why I say I blame him. Because at a certain point, don't get me wrong, both people, they're both responsible. You're responsible for coming in these women. These women are just as responsible to me. They let you come in. At a certain point, nigga, you're foul. Are you making all these babies you can't take care of? And making that type of money, nigga, you can barely take care of yourself. Why are you bringing? And just as a caveat, so I remember when this story first came out a couple of years ago. It came out for a different reason. A couple of them women.
Okay, yeah, that's
Not even fuckable in my opinion, but that's a whole other thing.
But look,
But
look, here's the thing.
That doesn't matter. I'm just putting that out there for content.
Okay, so here's the thing. Just like you said, though, right? After they knew that he already had these kids, if they still allowed this nigga to do what he did.
No, they're just as dumb as him. I'm not absolving them.
Okay. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, but I still,
what I'm saying.
I still put more of it on him. I still put more of it on him because at the end of the day, like, gee, you didn't have to come in these bitches. You could have. Listen, I'm not saying don't be a man and don't get your knee out, but nigga, protect yourself. Hell, after 10, you could have just went and got fixed yourself. It's not that expensive.
What if all of them okay with it? They all seem to be
obviously no. If they was really okay with it, they wouldn't have went to the child support. But let me tell you something that I've learned in my life, and you're not going to know this because you don't have kids, and until you get in this position, you just don't know. And I had talked to random women about most women. They go to child support mainly for two reasons. One, because for whatever reason, they really do need the money for that kid. Second, most of them go because the dad, alleged father, however you want to say it, they're not doing what they should do anyway. And when I say that, I'm not talking about financially. Just being a dad, period. They don't do it. The women go down there, okay, well, if you ain't at least, hey, if you're not going to take this motherfucker to the barbershop or to the games or to the park or whatever, and I got to do all this, yes, nigga, you need to be paying. You just do. I'm just putting that out there.
Okay. But these women all knew that he wasn't capable of that, and still let him fuck.
But that's my point. Why even go to child support?
Right.
What's the point? That's what I'm saying. Why even go?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you know what you're going to get.
Right.
They tell you.
Right.
They tell you, and then you still get a certified letter in the mail that says this is what you will be getting starting on this date. Is if it hasn't came by this pay period, call us. We read whatever. You know what you're getting. So at that point, that is you to me. That is you taking it to be spiteful, especially the ones that are getting what it said the $1.49. Mm-hmm. Why even waste your time with that?
Yeah.
But dude is a clown. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. He's just dumb. You populating the world for what?
Maybe he'll want to spread his lineage, man.
So what? You already ain't shit nigga. So you want there to be a bunch of other ones out there too? Come on, man. Fuck that.
But what if he what if he in all of them kids' lives actively? I don't know how that would work and with working.
I guarantee you. Well, hell, to have that many you can't be because you got to go pay for these motherfuckers. I'm just saying. You have to pay for these motherfuckers. But I guarantee you, if he was a good dad, he wouldn't be having this problem.
Maybe.
I'm telling you.
He got something.
I'm telling you. And if you don't believe me, no, seriously. Just like it's a little homework assignment for yourself when you got some female friends and some with kids, co-workers, whatever. Ask them if the dad, if he was 100%, like, if he was a good dad, great dad, however you want to phrase it, mm-hmm. If he was doing all the shit they felt he should do, would they go to child support on you? And I guarantee you, we can make a little side wager. I guarantee you, the majority of them would say no. Now they say they might need some money for incidentals, this, that, and the third. They wouldn't be taking that. They wouldn't take their ass down there to Fulton Street if he was doing what he was supposed to do as a dad. I bet anything on that. Seriously, ask him.
All right, I'll ask. Let's just say hypothetically.
Oh, here we go.
Let's just say we're done with that. We moving on to the next topic.
Because whenever you say hypothetically, it's just.
Let's just say hypothetically you're married. You find out that your wife has an OnlyFans, like Joe Smith and his wife. And she tried to say he knew about it.
I have a problem with that comment.
Which I do.
Well, no, that ain't what she said. In the video, she said you knew who I was when you met me, which was the part you was harping on when we discussed this. I mean, you can put it all out there. Let's put it out. She is an ex-porn star. Let's put it all out there.
And this is why I said I wouldn't date one. But anyways.
And actually, I saw there's been since this came out. There's been some clips. I don't know what her porn name was, but the clips that are out there. She looked like an average fuck to me, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna let you go first because I know you really wanted to attack this one because I know how you are. So go ahead.
Yeah, because
she said some things in the video when they were talking, and I don't think this is staged because it's hard to tell in these days because so many people fake shit. Like I don't think this was staged, but she said some things in the video that I thought was kind of telling. But we're gonna switch it up. I'm gonna let you go first on this.
Really, honestly, it really don't fucking matter. I don't know if this shit is staged or not, but she's 100% wrong.
We're gonna assume that it's not. Go ahead.
Okay, so she's 100% wrong. There's no reason for her to be doing OnlyFans if she's married. Period, point blank. There's no reason for that to be happening. If your husband is okay with it, that's another thing. That's another discussion. Because he's probably in on it too. But as a married, you doing it behind his back, he don't know nothing about it, you're wrong. I don't care what you say. There's no way to justify it. There's no way to try to, you knew who I was before you met me type. Nah, because when we've talked about this, Red. You and I have talked about this. But when you have a certain title, once you reach a certain position with a person, expectations is for you to change. You can't do the same stuff that you used to do when you were single. Whether I met you like that or not. You know what I mean? Now, what I will say is it shouldn't have been surprising to him that she was doing this behind his back, because that's how you met her.
And that's where I'm gonna push back. But go ahead, keep going. I want you to get it all out.
It shouldn't be surprising.
I said that's where I'm gonna push back.
Yeah,
because what you just said was kind of contradictory. But go ahead, keep going. I want you to get it all out.
And the reason that I say that is because, yes, you know how you found her, but if I get to a point where I feel like you're about to, like, I want you to be my wife and we're moving to the next level and blah blah blah. However I found you is not the way that I planned for you to continue to be. You know what I mean? Like, as a husband, at some point in time, it's got to be natural growth. You know what I mean? Like, because for whatever reason, you were doing what you were doing before you got into a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you was an ex-porn star because you were single and that's just the way that you needed to support yourself. In this particular situation, this is an ex-basketball player. I don't know what he's done with his money, but the house that they were in, it looked like they was well off or decent. You know what I mean? And she might have had something to do with that as well. You know what I mean? Coming from her previous career. I don't know who the chick is. I don't know how big she was back then or whatever the case may be.
I don't think she was, because when I've watched my fair share of porn. I didn't recognize her at all. Keep going. Go ahead.
Me either, but I don't know. Maybe she had something to do with that. But she in this case kind of don't. I'm gonna assume in this case she ain't got to worry about money. What is the purpose of her doing OnlyFans? You know what I mean? Like, if she's being ignored, the one thing I will say with this is, if she's being ignored and she feels like he's not paying attention to her and blah, 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 I will say I would rather her do OnlyFans than her to be out there cheating. I would say that. But this is also something that I feel that can be avoided if you sit down and talk to your husband. We don't know if she sat down and told him what was going on or whatever. Somewhere there had to have been some disconnection in, you know what I mean, within their marriage, for her to feel like she needed to start doing this. You know what I mean? And I know we was laughing at that. We was laughing at that video before we started.
That was a totally different.
It was totally different. But look, if she, because we is laughing at that, if she feels like his money is getting low, or they not going to be able to live the lifestyle that they, you know what I mean, have been living or something, and she wanted to help out, there's ways of getting around it, you know what I mean, where she can justify why she was doing this. A little bit. But I also feel like if you're in a marriage, like, before you resort to something so drastic as just going to do this, I feel like you should talk about it. Now, she come to the table, talk about whatever the issues is as to why she wants to do this. And it can't be no nonsense on, I'm just bored, I need something to do. Like, I want this to be my side hustle. Like, that's not acceptable. That's not a reason to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, 9 times out of 10, your man gonna say no anyways. But maybe he say yes. I don't know. Bring it to the table. If he don't do nothing after that, and then you want it, y'all still going down the same path, boom, you do what you want to do. I mean, to me, that's leading to a divorce anyways. Because there's the divide ain't coming together. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe this was her way out. I don't know. She acting like she was hurt and all of this other stuff, but she, like, in the first video before TMZ talked to her, and the second video, she was like, well, you knew who I was and blah, blah, blah. She didn't seem to be bothered. And then he left the crib, went and stayed at his sister's, and now she on TMZ, like, squinting out tears. You know what I mean? Like, that just make me look like she was there was no reason for it. There was no point in it. She don't seem to be bothered by the shit at all. You know what I mean? Like, and whatever she's saying, she ain't saying nothing to justify why she was doing it. And you have to justify that in a marriage. I'm sorry, you do. These are the things, these are the oaths and these are the laws that you take when you say I do. I know it's got a lot to do with contracts and all of that other stuff, but like that's what comes along with that. You have to justify yourself to this person for the rest of your life. You just doing an OnlyFans, you cannot get away with that, dog. I don't care what nobody. This ain't somebody just having a separate bank account. You know what I mean? Like this ain't that. But again, this may come off to me a little bit as selfish because if you remember, we talked back a few months ago about the chick that was stealing old dude's money, and she was keeping it for herself because she was saying that, you know what I mean, the money was starting to look funny and she just was looking out for herself. This might be a case of that. And that's all I'm saying, because sometimes they do get in those situations where it's like, all right, we superstars, but the money looking slow. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to go back. There is a thin line that she can justify why she did this without going behind his, with going behind his back. It's a very, very thin line. Very, very thin line. But she could do it. She definitely can get away with it. It just depends on why she was doing it. The way she was coming off, though, her expressions, she looked like she was doing it just because. She looked like she was doing it to be spiteful. And if you're doing it because you're not getting attention, that's not acceptable, dog. I don't care what nobody say. That's not acceptable. Unless you bringing it to the table, money ain't doing nothing, and then you feel like you need to go do that instead of cheating or whatever. All right, go ahead. Do what you do. That's on me. Our money getting low. I don't want to embarrass you. You know what I mean? I want you to continue to still be the man of the house, but I just wanted to help. You know what I mean? Boom. I just thought this was easy. I used to be an ex-porn star. I'm not out there with nobody. I was just trying to help the crib. Still not acceptable, but he might be like, all right, you know what I mean? At least you ain't wilding out, you doing it here. You know what I mean? Like there's some ways that she can get away with it. But the way she was acting in the first video, it wasn't, whatever her reason is, ain't gonna be acceptable, dog. And then she on TMZ squeezing out tears. Nah, it's not a genuine act. That's why it's wrong. It's not a genuine act. That's what I'm saying about it. And that's why I had a problem with it. And that's why I said I wanted to talk about it. So you can go ahead now.
So, what you might find shocking is I agree.
No, you don't.
You gonna let me finish
before
you cut me off? Yeah, this is how we gonna start. I agree with a lot of what you said.
Yeah. What don't you agree with? Because I know it's something in there.
So, the first thing I would like to point out is that the first video she did, when he found out about it.
The first one.
Yeah, when he found out about it and was going off and everything. And to put it into some context, Joe Smith is 48 years old. He was a number one draft pick back in, I can't remember what year. Was it 1995. High school.
I was like 7.
I was a junior in high school. During his NBA career, he made $61 million, which by today's standard in sports, especially the NBA, for a number one pick, that's not a lot at all. I'm not going to say he didn't live. To be a number one pick, you could say maybe he didn't live up to the hype. He was an okay player. He was never great or anything like that. He does have every right to be pissed for all the reasons you said. She did do it behind his back. The first video she did, there were some very telltale things there. Now, if you look up his reported net worth now, $61 million, according to Google, Bing, and some other things. He's only worth about $200K. You dive deeper into it, part of the reason he's only worth that much is because, like most people, when they get a lot of money, lifestyle, extravagant spending. Not so much like he has a bunch of outside children or anything like that. It's almost like a Scottie Pippen thing. He made a lot of investments, and a lot of that shit just it went bad. There was a part in that video, I don't remember how she said it exactly, and I don't feel like trying to look it up. But it's apparent from that video to a degree, they are having some type of financial issue. Another thing that I thought was very telling about that video, and this is why I say you got to be careful when it comes to relationships and especially marriage, makes me think that maybe they got married for the wrong reasons anyway.
It's a possibility. It's a strong possibility.
I'm not going to go as far as you with the whole porn angle because we didn't been down that road. And here's why I'm going to say that. We are living in a time now to where, and it's always been this way, sex sells. Now, for whatever reason, their financial situation, or maybe just certain shit she's used to, is not what it was. So she started her OnlyFans. And she did make it clear in the first video, she's not fucking people. And some of the videos have leaked online. They're basically shower videos, masturbation videos, stuff like that. Not saying that it's right, but that's what she's doing. And apparently the money she is making from that is helping with whatever, because the one thing she does say in the TMZ interview is that if he saw my statements off of what I've made, he might feel a little differently. I don't know what the dynamics of their relationship is.
Right.
I do think, and it's kind of normal. If you're not making a certain amount and you meet a person that elevates you to a certain lifestyle, it's very easy. It's very easy to get used to that and to get sucked in by it. My biggest problem with the whole video, and this is my problem, she did do it behind his back, regardless whether she thought he would have said no, whatever. Because there are people who have couples OnlyFans. There are people who have OnlyFans and their husband, he the one that's the director and taking the picture. Like, the problem I have is when she made the comment, "You knew who I was when you met me." I hate when people say that. Because first of all, to me, when you say that to me, that lets me know that you have no room for growth whatsoever. That's what that represents to me when I hear people say that.
Absolutely.
Now, we could flip it on the other side. We don't know how she was used to living before she met this man. And what I mean by that is she could have been one of them people that was so independent, used to taking care of herself, doing this, that, and the third. Married you taking care of me. Now you can't take care of me the way I'm accustomed to, this, that, whatever. For whatever reason, she felt this was necessary. And because he's not really speaking on it yet, I mean, we all know the obvious thing. He pissed because she on there. And she did it behind his back, which I agree with you. There needed to be a conversation, because that's the whole thing. When you get married, you give up the I's for an us. There needed to be a conversation. And there wasn't.
Nope.
Like I said, I agree with most of what you said. I'm not going to just, cast her out because she was a porn. Evidently, she wasn't a successful porn star because nobody knows who this bitch is. This is not like this is Pinky or Jada Fire, Cherokee. Yeah. I could go on. Maybe I watch too much porn, but trust me, like, because I ain't gonna lie, because when the videos leaked online, I was like, you know who the fuck this? And like I said, when you look at the video, like, ain't nothing really exciting about the videos. Like, people back in the day, like, when you was watching a Jada Fire video, you knew it was Jada. Pinky, some of them other, like, you knew, like, there was nothing. It was about as basic as a porn thing could be. But I'm getting off topic. But I'm just like, like, you know, like, she's very wrong in the way she did it. And like I said, without knowing what their financial situation is or what exactly is going on, I mean, for all we know, like you said, if she's just doing this because maybe she ain't getting the same allowance, okay, bitch, that's some bullshit.
I would want to ask her if she would be mad if the roles was reversed. Would she be mad?
And that is a very fair question. Like I said, I agree with a lot of what you said.
I think sometimes women do stuff because they just think it's okay for women to do.
But the one thing she did say that it does shed a new light to it, to a degree. I mean, let's just be honest. She didn't have this shit for over a year. And somehow you ain't noticed nothing. Because here's the thing. If the money ain't what it is, and you know it's not, but somehow shit is still good, or shit is still balanced, or even might be even getting a little better. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, until this came out, I hadn't thought about Joe Smith. It's not like this nigga's on no NBA shows. He don't have a podcast. This nigga is retired, living in Vegas, California, wherever the fuck they are. Ain't thought about Joe Smith. And I do feel that was an interesting thing she said. If you was paying attention to your wife, you would have smelled something before a year in, over a year, according to her. And I don't think this is staged. I think this is a real thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's staged either. But my thing is this, dog. Like, she could easily get away with that. You know what I mean? We all say the same thing when it comes to women and cheating and being sneaky. Like, they're better than men at that. Women be having whole relationships, like, for years.
I'm going to push back on that, and I'm going to tell you why. If you are truly a faithful man and you are really in tune with your partner, even if it's slight, and this is going to go to one of the subjects we talk about when we bring the diary thing up, but you're going to notice something. You're going to. You are. Now, maybe you might not pay attention to it, or you dismiss it for whatever reason, but you're going to notice.
You might not know what that thing is. And you might not even want to poke that bear, because you don't feel like it's important. Which is why I said you might be dismissive. Yeah.
But you're going to notice. Trust me.
But what if ain't nothing changing, right? So let's just say this man.
I don't know. I can only judge this by the way she acted in that video. Her old mannerisms about it.
But here's the thing, though. Here's why I feel like that is contradiction.
He would have noticed.
Here's why I feel like that's contradiction. If that is the case, why is he mad that if she got that for a whole year and you not paying attention to her or trying to make something better, whatever the case may be, why is he so mad? Why is he so angry that
for the same reason you just said? We're married. You owe me a conversation before you just up and do this.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If I'm not paying attention to you, though, we
paying attention or not, you owe me a conversation.
What I'm saying is, if I'm not paying attention to you well enough to know that you've had an OnlyFans for a year, our intimacy and stuff, something is gone or leaving. So I'm really not gonna care if that happens anyways. I'm not paying attention to you anyways.
No, you're going
to find that out.
You're going to care because it's ego. You're going to care. It's a natural thing.
You're only going to care.
You're going to care because you feel disrespected, and then your mind is going to start wandering.
Not in this situation, though. I don't think so.
Yeah, it will.
And the reason I say that is because
it's easy to let it go. Like, if you did porn 20 years ago, okay, they saw what you looked like back then. You did this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody seen you. Ain't nobody heard you. And now all of a sudden, here it is. Here we are now. And for the past year, you got your pussy popping again all over the internet. I don't care who you are unless you don't care. Because there's a difference between not caring and not paying attention.
Correct.
Those are two different things.
Correct.
Because just because I'm not paying attention, for whatever the reason be, I might be busy, just might not be thinking it. You might be playing me, who knows?
Yeah.
That just because I'm not paying attention does not mean that I do not care.
Correct.
The question is, am I caring about the right thing? Am I really caring because you're doing this? Or am I really caring because you really are disrespecting me?
Correct.
Because you are my wife, you didn't talk to me. You got niggas looking at shit and paying you for shit that only I should have. You're going to care. It's a natural thing. You're going to feel some type of way about it if you care. If you don't care, then the reaction that you're trying to bring up, or you're saying that maybe he should have, that would be more natural. If I really don't give a fuck, go ahead and do what you do.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying also too, you really only gonna be mad at it. Okay, so in this situation, we saying that we're assuming that they have some type of financial issues where he's not possibly holding his end like he used to. We're assuming this. We do not know this. We're assuming this. And this is why she's doing this, right? He's only going to be mad at her in that case because she's bringing in more money. If you want to bring in ego.
That's fine. I left that part out, but it could be that.
That's the only reason that he's going to be mad for that reason.
Well, ego just don't have to tie into money.
It don't. But for this reason, for this situation, that's the only reason for money to be mad. Is because she's bringing in the money and the way she's bringing in the money, right?
That's fine too.
I'm gonna excuse this. Like if I'm trying to pay attention to you and blah blah blah. Like he's not really gonna care about her doing this if he wasn't paying attention to her and trying him being mad, right? So if I'm trying to pay attention to you, or I'm trying to get to know you over fix whatever issues we have over the year. You know what I mean? Like, and you're being distanced because this is what you're choosing to do. You know what I mean? And then you can't say that I'm not paying attention to you if I just miss this because you're just hiding it well. Because there's no reason for him to be mad. You know what I mean? If she's bringing in the money, there's no reason for him to be mad. And she's not cheating on him. She's not going out doing nothing. So you can excuse the fact that she was doing it. Of course you're going to be mad because we didn't have the conversation. That's easy to get over though. If she was out boning somebody, that's a completely different situation.
No.
You don't think so?
Not that. I'm only speaking because of experience in my life. Because here's the thing you have to look at. The fact you went behind my back and did it.
Yeah, that's messed up.
You already know the fact that you felt you had to go behind my back. You already know I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Absolutely.
And it's not like you just did this for a week or for a month. Like this has been going on for over a year. First off. Second, you made the decision without discussing it with me.
Mm-hmm.
You can discuss it with me. We agree to disagree, whatever. At least I know. Thirdly, when I do find out, and because of this stupid world we live in now, not only is it just me who knows, and I have to process this for whatever dumbass reason, you also chose to put this on social media because he knew she was recording. And he even said that when he was cussing her out, like, and you're recording, like, you add that, like, and we didn't have this discussion on camera, off this whole social media aspect of it. Like, you factor all that in, this nigga's mad. Which is probably why he's staying The thing I just looked up saying right now he's staying at a hotel. Well, no, she said sister. They're saying hotel. Either way, it's the fact why this nigga ain't in the house.
Yeah, he tight.
He a little pissed right
He
now.
tight.
You need to let this motherfucker calm down.
And her whole gripe was he shouldn't have been surprised because he knew what I was when he met me.
I have a problem with her making that comment.
That was her gripe.
And I don't know if she was saying that to be petty.
Well, the whole video looked like she was being petty.
Yeah.
She didn't look phased the whole video.
No.
You know what I mean? That's why I was saying I think that money really was genuinely paying attention to her and stuff. She just trying to make it seem like that. To try to justify it. That's why I said there's a very, very thin line as to how she could have got away with it. You know what I mean? Because in some of them instances, Red, I'm not going to be mad at my wife. It may hurt my ego and she may hurt my feelings by doing it behind my back, but I'm going to respect the fact that you taking shower videos. I don't want them seeing you, you know what I mean? But okay, delete it now. You know what I mean? Like at least you wasn't out there boning, sucking, and you know what I mean, doing everything else to other people. Okay, and then the money down. You know what I mean? I'm not coming to you with the money situation because I don't want to hurt your ego. I don't want to hurt your pride, but I did want to help the family.
And that's why I said that is what makes it hard because even with her interview with TMZ,
she pushing.
You don't get to the real of what started this anyway.
And that's the thing. She didn't say she's and none of them in the video and in that TMZ interview, she didn't say nothing that justified her to the point where he should be like, okay, because if she did, I'm sure they would have had that conversation and money would still be in the house.
The only assumption you can make is that there is some type of financial issue.
Yeah. That would be the only reason that, to me, that's the only thing that's going to justify her doing that for a year. Unless she just, you know what I mean, want to resort back to those ways because she bored or whatever. Then in that point, we got something else to talk about. You know what I mean? But still, come and talk to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, all right. Enough said with that one.